Welcome back to Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Amber Morgan here is our student right now. She has won $2,000 and she's getting set to play for $5,000 in just a moment or two. But Amber, another classmate to choose from. Taylor did well, but it is time for a new one. Go ahead and choose one. Mackenzie. Well, that's a cool decision. Mackenzie, meet Amber. Alright, for those of you folks who just joined us, Amber has just won $2,000 and she is getting set to play for $5,000. She has 8 more subjects before the $1 million question. Mackenzie, which do you think you could help Amber out with? Those two? Well, let's see what Amber's pick is. She finished the first grade. Where are you going to go now, Amber? Alright, second grade social studies. That's what Mackenzie wanted. The second grade social studies question for $5,000 is this. There are 5 freedoms in the First Amendment: speech, press, petition, and assembly. What is the 5th freedom? There are 5 freedoms in the First Amendment: speech, press, petition, and assembly. What is the 5th freedom? And Mackenzie has locked in her answer. Well, Amber, you're 100% certain it's religion? Amber, look at the question. The 5th freedom, besides speech, press, petition, and assembly, is religion. You got $5,000. Amber, you're just blazing right through here. 7 left to go before the $1 million question. You're on a roll. We're going for $10,000. What will your next subject be? Second grade U.S. Geography. Amber, this question, as I said, is for $10,000. IJ, how do you think she's doing? Do you think so? Wow, he's confident, but let's see if his inclination is right. The $10,000 second grade U.S. Geography question is this. Which of the following U.S. states extends the farthest north? Which of the following U.S. states extends the farthest north? Georgia, California, or Iowa? And Mackenzie has locked in her answer. Iowa, you said. But I heard you say that you were split in between California and Iowa. What made you split between them? That is a very deductive reasoning, but let's refresh your memory with this map. Take a look. Oh my goodness! Now this one surprises me. The correct answer by the look of the map is California. Let me see if I can deduce this correctly. Just barely. California is just a tad bit more north than Iowa. But with this map, California is the correct answer. I'm in shock. Well, this means that if you're going to stay in this classroom, and if you're going to be right, Mackenzie has to have written down California. But if she said anything else, you're out of school. So a lot of pressure is on this 5th grader already. Mackenzie said Iowa. Amber, trust me, I'm concerned of this too. Well, I will say that I too thought it was Iowa until I saw the map. I'll tell you what, Amber, I'll tell you what. We're going to stop right here and take a commercial break, and we're going to look into the situation, because if what you just said is right, well, we're going to have to go to the textbooks on this one. We're going to have to look into this issue. We'll be back right after this, folks. Stay with us. Wow. Welcome back to Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? I tell you what, sometimes we have really confusing moments happen every now and again, and this time we had one that really got us. Let me explain. We gave Amber Morgan, our contestant here, a second grade U.S. geography question, which was this. Which of the following U.S. states extends the farthest north? Georgia, California, or Iowa? Amber locked in her answer of Iowa, and much to her surprise, likewise with all of us here in the studio, the map we had shown California to be the right answer. Now Mackenzie here also said Iowa, which means that Amber would have flunked out. But with what Amber had said, as well as my reasoning, during the commercial break, we hit the phones and the textbooks and took a little bit of time to figure out what the issue was. Now, it won't look like it to you at home, but we did take some time to study more than one map to see if our deduction on this scenario was right, and some of the maps shown the United States a little more differently than what our map had, which tells us that sometimes maps can be miscalculating, and those maps that we saw shown Iowa to be the correct answer. So to be absolutely fair to our contestant Amber Morgan and the rest of the class, as well as to our viewing audience in the studio and at home, we're going to toss out that question and replace it with this category, second grade life science. And Amber, a little extra good news for you. In the midst of our apologies and this confusion, we're going to act like that question was never even asked. So in that sense, we're going to give the save back to you. And we're really sorry, Amber. Either case, let's get back on track. Choose another subject and let's go for $10,000 and hopefully no problems. Second grade life science. I will say that our researchers do dig deep to make sure everything is accurate before our questions reach this classroom, but those kind of scenarios can happen sometimes, and don't worry, I do forgive our researchers. But let's see if we got this straightened out. The $10,000 second grade life science question is this. Plankton is an example of which of the following? Mineral, fungus, or plant? The bad guy on SpongeBob SquarePants, is he really a mineral, fungus, or plant? And Mackenzie has locked in her answer. Amber, there is no need to dwell on that last issue. It's in the past, just focus on the future. This question did get straightened out, and I will say this. Plankton drifts in oceans and bodies of water. And they are microscopic plants. You got $10,000. There you go. Now we got that straightened out. Thank you very much, Mackenzie. Alright. We got that straightened out. You still got Francesca, Cody, and Kevin. Pick one of them and let's continue. Went with all girls to start it all out, eh? That's an interesting scenario. Francesca, say hello to Amber. Now, Francesca, just to ask, did you think that Iowa was the right answer to that discarded geography question? Yeah, that's true. Well, getting off of that subject, if you had to pick a subject to help Amber, which would it be? Well, that's what Taylor said when she was up here, because she played the piano since she was 4 years old, according to what she said. But Amber, it's up to you. Okay then. Now, Amber, this question will be worth $25,000, and it's important because if you get this right, you will have a milestone in case you flunk out later. You get this right, you are guaranteed $25,000. I'm sure you could. Let's go get it. The $25,000 third grade music question is this. True or false? A quarter note counts as one beat. True or false? A quarter note counts as one beat. Francesca has locked in her answer. You're gonna copy. Alright. Well, Amber, this eliminates the save because if Francesca is wrong, you're out of school. But Amber, let me ask, if you had to guess without using the copy or the peek, what would you have said? You would have said true? Well, let's take a look at what the class said. Taylor said true, so did Cody, but Kevin and Mackenzie said false. They were split on this one. Of course, their answers don't matter at this point because it rides on what Francesca said. But Amber, had you said true, you would, at this point, have $25,000. The correct answer is true. Now, if we were in Britain, it's called a crochet, and one beat for that is not always true, though that isn't the case here in America. But Amber, did Francesca say true? Let's find out. Fingers crossed. For $25,000, Francesca said true! You go, girl! Great job, Francesca! Well, Amber, you are guaranteed $25,000 regardless of the outcome of your test today. You had a struggle, but you certainly did not give up. Stay true on that path. Amber's going for $50,000 right after this. Stay with us, folks.
Coming up, Amber is on the hot trail. But will her heat cool off? Find out when Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader returns.